Bonjour l'Afrique du Sud, vous êtes le bienvenu sur eNCA. The Proteas normally play their games in the big cricket centres like Johannesburg, Cape Town as well as Centurion. So it's a big occasion for Kimberley and the Northern Cape, who are hosting the third ODI against England. eNCA's Hloni Mtimkulu spoke to one of the region's big wigs about what it took to bring the game to Kimberley.
It's a big week for Northern Cape cricket, with the Proteas and world champions England coming to town in their short ODI series. Joining me now to talk about that is the acting CEO of Northern Cape Cricket, Mr. January. Mr. January, we're seeing a lot of activity at the moment around the stadium, just kind of planning this. How big a deal is having the Proteas here and also having the world champions England?
No, it's a very big deal for Northern Cape cricket. As you know, we haven't had international games at our stadium for the longest of times. So it's a cash injection for the economy. So yeah, as you can see, people came out in their numbers because we're very hungry to host such events of this magnitude.
Just in terms of the planning around it, I think you probably knew about this towards the end of last year. When did you kind of start planning for it, and how do you go about planning for such an event when I guess you don't normally get big matches of this magnitude?
Since the announcement was made, we already started our planning, because when you host the world champs, so you have to put in, give your A game to everything. So since the announcement, no, we were ready, we were on it, sourcing funding, sourcing sponsorship to make sure this day is a success.
In terms of the attendance, where we're staying, we have a few England fans that have come through to the stadium. Just how many people are you expecting? Who are you kind of expecting in terms of the balance of the spectators?
I think the South African will outnumber the English, obviously. So the last time I checked, we have quite a huge number. I think over 500 or 600 English supporters that came through to the match. But I think the South Africans, they are, since it's a home game and it's the third match of the series, so we're hoping for a whitewash. That's why they came out in their numbers.
And just in terms of the ticket sales, I know more than 5,000, close to or around 5,000 were already sold. Just do you know how many have been sold, or maybe what you are hoping to sell? And I was speaking to someone from tourism about the campaign that you had going in terms of getting people to know about the match and also to buy tickets.
So the ticket sales currently now, the last time I checked, we sold close to like 8,000. So I have to cap it. I cannot sell it to the capacity because you have to give people space to move around as well. So with tourism and activation, it was very fun. It was very nice. It was an experience. So for us to go around to the schools, parading the trophy, getting people excited for the event itself, they played a major role. So it was very nice.
And then just lastly, for the community to have the Proteas here, to have England here as well, what does that do? You talk about going out to schools and letting the kids know at schools that this is happening. How important is it to get kids to see the Proteas in Kimberley, not just in Joburg, not just in Pretoria, even not just in Durban, not just in Cape Town?
No, it does wonders for the community. You know, it's not every day. It's just not for the English team, but for the Proteas as well. So the kids were very excited. You know, like I said, when we were doing all this activation, going to the schools, and the kids were saying, "Oh, I want to see Temba, I want to see Rabada." So they only get to see them on TV. To have them here, that's why the Premier committed, they bought about 800 tickets to bring in some school children. The sports, arts and culture bought tickets, tourism bought tickets for the school kids, because we know what it means to them. So for them to experience this, just not on TV, but as live as well.
And just lastly, who else would you like to see besides England coming here?
If I can host all the nations, I'll be very, very, very happy. I'll be very happy if we can get Australia, India. I'll be very happy because we're hosting the world #1. So I believe you can host the champions. We can host any other nation.
Lovely, thank you so much. That was acting CEO of Northern Cape Cricket, January, just talking to us about the impact of having the Proteas here, and not just the Proteas, but England as well as the world champs, and just the magnitude of it for Northern Cape Cricket. I am Hloni Mtimkulu at the Diamond Oval in Kimberley.